In early 2026, massive decapitation strikes leveled the leadership house compound in Tehran, killing Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei and throwing the region into immediate chaos. By April, a 15-point U.S. peace proposal is on the table, while behind closed doors, civilian leaders warn their economy is mere weeks away from total collapse. Logically, Tehran should be rushing to sign a ceasefire, yet the regime is stalling, requesting multiple extensions, sending mixed signals through Pakistan, and publicly rejecting the terms. This chart maps the severity of the crisis. We can see the stalled progress of the peace negotiations overlaid against a steeply plunging line representing the value of the Iranian rial. The deadlock stems from a structural mismatch. Washington is attempting to negotiate with a captured state, one where the diplomats lack power, and the military lacks any incentive for peace. President Masoud Pezeshkian is the civilian face of the government, desperately trying to manage the immediate fallout of the strikes. His motivation to end the war is simple. He is staring down an imminent economic wipeout, marked by empty ATMs and failing banks. Alongside him is Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf, a hardline heavyweight attempting to establish back channels with the United States. Yet both men are trapped by a military apparatus that actively overrides them. Civilian leaders will issue formal apologies to neighboring states for regional attacks, only for military commanders to contradict those signals within hours. In Iran's current architecture, possessing the will to negotiate means absolutely nothing if you lack the constitutional authority to execute the treaty. The true power filling the post-strike vacuum is a triumvirate of generals from the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, led by Commander Ahmad Vahidi. They have effectively turned the country into a military-led oligarchy. This infographic shows the IRGC's transition into a massive economic conglomerate, controlling roughly 30 to 40% of Iran's total GDP. A comprehensive peace deal requires dismantling proxy networks and shutting down nuclear enrichment. Agreeing to those terms destroys their institutional justification and shatters their financial empire. Vahidi maintains his dominance by actively blocking Pezeshkian's cabinet appointments, overriding civilian diplomacy, and ensuring the military apparatus remains in a state of perpetual war. To the IRGC commanders, a U.S. peace treaty represents an existential threat to their absolute power. The generals are shielded by ideological enforcers like Saeed Jalili, the regime's purity guardian and a former nuclear negotiator. While these hardliners lack mass public support, they are deeply embedded within the state's media networks and parliamentary arteries. This network weaponizes ideology. They frame any diplomatic concession to the United States as a direct betrayal of the revolution's martyrs. By constantly raising the cost of compromise, these agitators ensure that any civilian politician who actually signs a peace deal commits immediate political suicide. The decapitation strikes produced a perverse outcome. Wiping out the moderate dealmakers concentrated power into the hands of the most radical, uncompromising military faction. This flowchart illustrates the resulting constitutional vacuum. Diplomatic offers move freely between the U.S. and the Iranian civilian government, but they hit an impassable barrier the moment they require approval from the military command. Because of this structural divide, a formal comprehensive peace treaty is currently out of reach. While the regime continues to reject formal terms, internal pressure suggests a different, more localized path forward. Geopolitical analysis suggests that when the economic collapse finally drains the IRGC's payroll accounts, the military's operational survival will be threatened. This creates conditions for an economic ceasefire, a mutual, unsigned de-escalation driven by necessity rather than diplomacy. In this scenario, the hardliners choose to stop fighting to protect their own domestic survival, even if they never formally agree to international peace, trapping the nation and a region in a